Could China's J-10 fighter kill the best from Japan's Air Force? If on the other hand the J-10 could get in close, the infrared search and track capability will give the Chinese fighter an advantage in short-range fights. The F-2 has no IRST. Both the J-10 and F-2 have their advantages and disadvantages. At long ranges, the F-2 would eat the J-10 alive. At short ranges, the tables turn. The long-range battle comes first though, and the F-2's advantage could be enough to end the fight before both sides enter visual range. In the end, the F-2 comes out ahead in this duel of fighters. The rivalry between Japan and China over islands in the East China Sea has triggered close encounters between the two sides in the air. Chinese fighters have intercepted Japanese aircraft patrolling the Senkaku Islands, Diaoyu Islands to China, resulting in Japanese fighters being scrambled to intercept. These aerial encounters in the Western Pacific highlight the People's Liberation Army Air Force and the Japan Air Self-Defense Force. China's Su-27 and J-11 air superiority fighters are well known to outsiders, as are Japan's equivalent, the F-15 Jules Eagle. Less well known are the single-engine multi-role fighters that back up their large, twin-engine cousins. China's J-10 Vigorous Dragon, the first modern Chinese multi-role fighter, was introduced in 2005. An improved variant, the J-10B, has already entered service. Japan's F-2 multi-role fighter entered service in 2000. The Mitsubishi F-2 fighter is the result of the FSX program, a joint Japanese-American project to develop a multi-role fighter. Both the F/A-18 Hornet and the F-16 Fighting Falcon were proposed as a baseline, with the F-16 eventually winning out. At the time, the FSX program was controversial as many in the U.S. Congress feared transferring advanced fighter technology to Japan. Officially, the J-10 is the creation of the Chengdu Aircraft Design Group. Unofficially, it too has roots in an American aerospace program. The J-10 bears a striking resemblance to the joint American-Israeli Levi fighter. Also based on the F-16, the Levi was eventually cancelled due to cost and political concerns. In 1987, the Office of Naval Intelligence stated that China had received Levi and thus American technology, a conclusion shared with Janes. A joint collaboration between Mitsubishi and Lockheed, the F-2 took the basic F-16 design and enlarged it. The aircraft includes a 25 larger wing area, J-10 engine, and Japan's J/APG-1, the world's first active electronic scanning array radar installed on a fighter. It is armed with the Mitsubishi M3 and M5 infra-red guided air-to-air missiles, similar to the AIM-9 Sidewinder, and the M4 radar guided air-to-air missile, similar to the AIM-7 Sparrow. The F-2 is also tasked with the anti-invasion mission, and is capable of carrying up to 4 ASM-2 anti-ship missiles. An M61 20mm Gatling gun rounds out the F-2's armament. Despite this, the aircraft is generally regarded as a failure. The per-unit cost of the F-2 was a staggering $171 million, more than 4 times that of an F-16C Block 50-52. Needless to say, the F-2 was not 4 times as effective as the F-16. The lone upshot of the F-2 was the opportunity it gave Japan's aerospace industry to work on a fighter program. The J-10 fighter is a delta-wing design, powered by Russian-made Saturn Lipka AL-31 afterburning turbofan engines. The aircraft is equipped with a Type 1473H pulse Doppler radar, and has 11 hardpoints for weapons and external fuel tanks. For air-to-air combat, the J-10 carries PL-9 infra-red guided air-to-air missiles and PL-12 radar-guided missiles, and the Russian GSH 23mm cannon. It can also carry a variety of laser and satellite-guided bombs. All of that is very good, but which would win? At 520 miles, the F-2 has a better combat radius than the J-10, which is estimated at 340 miles. Assuming the two planes meet each other operating at equal distances from base, this would give the F-2 pilot slightly more fuel to maneuver and spend on speed. The J-10 also has an older design pulse Doppler radar to the F-2's more modern ASA radar, so the F-2 would probably detect the J-10 first. The two planes are roughly the same weight, but the F-2 has a slightly better thrust-to-weight ratio. All in all, the F-2 has the advantage. The story doesn't end there, though. Both countries are upgrading the J-10 and F-2. China has already started production of the J-10B. The B model features an improved engine, the AL-31FN, with improved thrust and range. Further improvements include a phased array radar and infrared search and track, IRST, for short-range air-to-air engagements. In the case of Japan, F-2 production has already ceased, so the emphasis is on upgrading existing planes. The F-2 is receiving new data links and a new radar, the J/APG-2, which will be mated with the M4B air-to-air missile. The M4B is currently the only missile in the world with its own ASA radar. The after-launch target lock capability of the M4B allows pilots to launch the missile and begin evasive maneuvers before achieving radar lock. Japan's F-2 would have the advantage in long-range fights, being able to launch M4B missiles from beyond visual range and then turn and burn in retreat. Thanks to their data links, F-2 units will be able to coordinate these long-range launches for maximum effect. Although China's new phased array radar may be good, Japan's long experience in radars means it's safe to assume that the Japanese radar is better. J-10s might take serious losses in a scrape with the F-2 before they can even engage the enemy. If on the other hand the J-10 could get in close, the infrared search and track capability will give the Chinese fighter an advantage in short-range fights. The F-2 has no IRST. Both the J-10 and F-2 have their advantages and disadvantages. At long ranges, the F-2 would eat the J-10 alive. At short ranges, the tables turn. The long-range battle comes first though, and the F-2's advantage could be enough to end the fight before both sides enter visual range. In the end, the F-2 comes out ahead in this duel of fighters. Kyle Mizukami is a defense and national security writer based in San Francisco who has appeared in The Diplomat, Foreign Policy, War is Boring and The Daily Beast. In 2009 he co-founded the defense and security blog Japan Security Watch. You can follow him on Twitter @ Kyle Mizukami. This appeared several years ago and is being reposted due to reader interest.